Okay, welcome to our Monday night team call. Obviously, I'm super excited tonight that I'm the presenter tonight on something I'm like super passionate about, and Chief just asked to come back inside, so I might have to get up and grab him in a second. But he can wait for a second. I'm going to actually text Scott that he can go get him. Sorry, cannot talk and text at the same time. So anyways, let's get into it tonight because we do have, just so everybody know, well, I guess I covered it in the announcements. Okay, this is why I have these things now, so that I don't need to get confused. Okay, so shout out you guys, everybody. We're halfway through April. Shout out to you guys that are on the board, but like props to you guys that have already hit Success Club. So Kate, Kathy, are at Success Club 5, which is really 6. Like, I wish you can have the elusive 1 point, but anyways. And then Danielle, Allie, Cynthia, and myself have all stepped it up and are at Success Club 10 and above. And you guys, that is so huge. Success Club is a non-negotiable to move your business forward to get in the profit. So if you're here because you want to build a business, and I'm going to help you with that today. And so anyways, all of you on the board, you're one step closer. I'm going to give Jen Worth a special shout out because she's one person away from getting her summit ticket paid for. She'll be a success starter. It means she's hit Success Club her first 3 months as a coach. She's one life away, and she's for sure gonna do it because she's a boss. So, and this is wrong. I started updating it. I didn't update the number. So it's more than 52 lives changed. You guys, that's amazing. I want to see that number like in the 200s for April. Like, we can do this. I know for me, last week, I really felt a lull in the business. And that's when we get to decide whether or not we're going to have resilience to rise above that. And I swear to God, I did that live about diving into PD, and I have not missed a day. And you guys, I doubled my Success Club numbers in 4 days because my mindset was so much better, because that's what PD does. So I'm just going to challenge you should be doing PD every day, but we'll talk about that more tonight. Okay, so shout out to you guys that are already on the board. And if you're not on the board, please, please, please do not throw in the towel. You have just as long as there has been in the month still. We're not on you can hit Success Club in less than 24 hours. So it's just what you decide to do with your time and be intentional. Okay, news. We have 21 new coaches added this week. Remember, I'm going to be honest, I'm not thrilled with that number, but remember your goal personally. If you really want to blow up your business and you have big goals, you should be shooting for at least 2 a week. That's going to get you to at least $500 a month. What could you do with $500? Two people a week is not a lot of people. Okay. May 20th is when Vegan Recover launches. And you guys, I knew that, but I didn't know that we were launching Recover individual packs. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about that. That's huge because I know my little brother drinks Recover. He does CrossFit, and he just leaves the Recover in his car because it's obnoxious to take to the gym, that big container. So I'm super pumped about the packs. But what I'm most pumped about is our apparel line that is launching at Summit. So those of you that are at Summit will get to get it firsthand. And a couple reasons I'm really pumped about this. One, what I've seen the sneak peek of, so cute. #obsessed. They made sure that the quality was up there with Nike and Lululemon. And then also so pumped because they are going to be attaching PV and commission to these articles of clothing, so that when you're wearing something on your social media and Becky is like, hey, Rachel, where did you get that so cute sports bra? you can hook her up with your link and you will get commission for her getting that. They don't have to be Beachbody customers to get the apparel, which is really cool. And I heard from Carl himself that they're working on, like, the shipping is kind of not okay right now. And they're working, that's a top priority for him right now. So that's really cool. After this call, we are going to be having a surge about the push group that we're doing, this Diamond and Beyond group that we're running starting a week from today. And I really want to dive in and make sure all of your guys' questions are answered, because I think, you know, like when you know something and then you don't know what other people don't know, you know, I think that's what's happening. Like, I don't know where you guys are, how I can help. I'm going to be telling everybody, it's like, why these people are freaking boss, all of their little stories, like, you know, mine, but you might not know, like, Ashley, you might not know Keisha, and they're all like, I'm excited to learn for myself. So we're going to just dedicate like a half hour to really diving into what this group is. This group is for everybody. We're going to talk about why you need this group, what it's going to do for you. Like, we have this set up that when this was created, we're duplicating it. I'm just giving you a teaser here. I won't get into it, but from another coach who used this system, and she was the top diamond producer last year. 36 diamonds emerged from her business with this training. So it is not just another training. It is made to grow your business. Okay. So anyways, and I wanted to let you guys know that Flex is currently ranked 125 in the network, which is great. Last year, we ended 20, it's kind of confusing. So you work the year of to get your rank, and then you get to like celebrate that for 2019, the next year. But then you're then working, all that work you're doing in 2019 is for 2020. Does that make sense? It's kind of like, it's always moving. So we ended 2018 as number 34. So you guys, we can like really blow this up, and how you can help is hitting Success Club, rank advancing your business. We're literally one diamond away from already locking in elite, but we need somebody else to pop diamond. I just wanted to share it with you guys. I'll keep you guys updated. I'm not like disappointed with 125 at all. I just know that we can like continue to blow it up and be a 2-time elite team and just keep slaying, because we all benefit together. It's my favorite part. Okay. And then I put Scotty on the plane. He's headed to a New Leader Conference. He won't really go, but, I want to see all of these little spots on the plane filled. You have to be 1 star to get invited to New Leader Conference, and it's a great conference. Absolutely amazing. I wanted to throw this on here, our week at a glance. I'm starting to do these, and I'm posting them in the team page every week. So we have the National Wake Up Call today, which goes perfectly with what I'm going to talk about tonight, working your business to make a full-time income with part-time hours. And then every Wednesday around noon, I'm really going to strive for noon. Leo's usually in daycare on Wednesdays, so it's a pretty good chance that I'll be able to go right at noon. I'll be live in the team page for a Wild Card Wednesday. And this week I'm going to be talking about inviting, okay? Especially since Kate talked about that at Super Saturday. If you were there, you saw the video. And then that's kind of what's going on this week. Shout out to everybody that's headed to Summit. It's coming up so soon. I'm so excited. I cannot wait. Okay, we're going to get into the call here, the meat. I have to switch my screen here. And I really want to say I can see some of you, I can see you guys still while I'm presenting. I'm going to keep it like that. And please use the chat to talk with each other. Like if something resonates with you, put that in there. And if you have a question, put that in there. And if you know the answer to a question, feel free to answer it. And then I will go through the questions at the end to make sure that I answer all your questions. So let's do it. Okay. Okay, this is not a trick question. I want everybody to raise your hand if you're busy. It's literally not a trick question. I'm not going to shit on you. Everybody is busy. We, as humans, I think it's human nature to fill the time that you have. Have you ever been in the craziest season of life and somehow you still make it to your cousin's wedding that's in a different state, and you do that with 3 kids and your husband, I don't know, I can't think of stuff like that on the spot, but you know what I mean? You somehow always manage to get this stuff done because we can be very strategic with our time when we're forced to be. The issue that we fall into as coaches is that you are your own CEO and you don't have somebody telling you you need to do these things, otherwise you're not getting paid and you won't get paid, but otherwise you're going to lose your job. You don't have that mentality because that's kind of backwards to what the opportunity is. It's meant to be, you make your own hours, you make your own decisions, but there's give and take with that. I can't think of what I'm trying to say there, and I want you to keep in mind, I heard this once and I was so true. There will always be someone busier who will make it work. You can't compare your circumstances to somebody else's because you just live separate lives. And you might be comparing your beginning to somebody else's middle or middle to end. Whatever. You just don't know really everything. What people present on social media is literally a fraction of their life. It might be a large fraction. It might be 7/8, but you're never getting the full picture. So you have to stop comparing circumstances and just deal with your own. Because at the end of the day, it's a huge waste of time, and we don't have a lot of time. We're building a business in 1 to 2 hours a day. So you have to just agree, tell yourself you're going to stop comparing yourself, and it's easier said than done. I fall into this all the time, and I have a success partner, Cassie, to keep me in check, and I have other coach friends to be hey, if I were to text one of them, I have a friend, Jen, we're always we'll text each other, did you see this? And we're stop. We'll tell each other, stop. Stay in your own lane. You have to, because your circumstances are they're not better. They're not worse. They're just different than anybody else's. Okay, it's kind of a tangent, but it's important. Comparing is a thief of all joy, in every part of your life. Okay. So let's start with daily tasks. So a couple things I want you to keep in mind with your social media in general is adding value. So if you're just there's a difference between showing up on social media and showing up on social media to give, to add value. There's a difference between showing up and saying got my workout done, and there being a difference between sharing a struggle that you had or a quote. I kind of shared a quote today. You can't be mad about the results you didn't get from the work you didn't do. Okay, that's a motivational thing. You have to think about, are you adding value with that post? Are you just posting a picture of your adorable kiddos, or are you adding, I saw a great post from Jen, a fun activity that they're doing, something where other people can be oh, me too, or that was helpful, or, there's ways to make things funny and short and sweet, but you always want to be adding some sort of value. And entertaining is a form of value, but you have to treat it more than just accountability. Like, you have to add value. People come to social media, and you want to build that trust. So always be adding value. Okay. Some other things. Okay. This like made sense. Like when I wrote this, but they now seem unrelated to each other, but anyways, just always be adding value. Okay. Some things that help, so that you can slay your days day to day is planning content ahead of time. So again, if you're telling me I don't have anything to post, you're not listening to personal development, because I can listen to 30 seconds of Rachel Hollis and come up with 7 posts, like off of quotes, and then you add your flair. That's how Kate Schultes comes up with like 90% of her social media is derived from personal development. So if your personal development does not fire you up, hashtag permission to put it down. Okay. I don't know if that's a hashtag, but I just made it one. So that's really going to help. There's different apps you can put it in, like Preview or Planoly. You can even create drafts in your Instagram. I do things like this while I'm laying in bed at night and think of amazing posts. Because it's always when I'm in bed at night or in the shower, I swear, or driving, and then I can't. And I edit my photos in bulk when I have downtime. Like if I'm watching a show, like editing your photos does not take your attention away from like what the Real Housewives are up to. You know what I mean? Or what you guys, I think a lot of people watch The Bachelor. I don't watch The Bachelor, but you know, you won't miss anything. And remembering to, I skipped this one. You should use the scheduler to schedule out your content for challenge groups, for your virtual gens. Or if you're participating in your coaches, like if you're my coach and you're in mine, then all you need to do is show up every day, like for 30 seconds, like it's even easier. But if you have your own groups, like schedule that content. You guys all have access to every single bootcamp guide. I purchased them. And then they're in the Google Drive. So like that's what I still, even though I'm not working full time anymore, I schedule it. So it's up when I want it to be. And then I don't have to think about it day to day. It takes me about 7 minutes to schedule for the week. I could do the whole month if I've done that in the past. There is a scheduler in Facebook groups and in the app as well. Excuse me. And you should use your social media to share how you're fitting it in to your busy schedule, which I'll talk about more in a second. Okay. More on daily tasks. Oh, I meant to come back to this. Sorry. You have to be using your weekends, because if you work, or like what your weekends are. Like, so if you work a full-time job, like maybe you're a nurse and you work on the weekends, but don't get crazy. Don't be like, I don't have weekends. Like, you know what I mean? Like when you have your days off, use that time. Like you're probably staying up later. Have your laptop in bed or whatever, like make it work for you, but use your weekends and get ahead. A huge component of that for me is scheduling content, you guys. And I still do this to this day, at least having a general idea of what I want to post on a day-to-day basis. And I have some in my phone, so I'll share those since I didn't come back to this when I was creating these slides. So you guys, this is so easy. On Monday, every Monday, I heard this on a different call, and I loved this. Every Monday, you should be sharing progress photos of your current program. Oh my God, obsessed. Like day 1, day 7, day 1, day 14, day 1, day 21. You have a post for every Monday. And then you have your transformation. And later in the week, like on Thursdays, you can share like overall transformations that you have. But you want to be showing people that you're still showing up. I'm still sharing progress photos, even though I'm getting more and more pregnant. People don't care. Honestly, like people love that. People just want to see your journey. You know, like they want to hear, like, did you take a trip during that week? It doesn't have to be like lost 47 pounds in the last 2 weeks. Like nobody cares about that. Everyone just wants to see your slow progress, like showing up. That's how Emily Faber blew up 80 Day Obsession, was sharing weekly progress. And it's such an easy thing to do. It's a reason to continue showing up, right? Like I have to get my workout in because I have to share my progress in a couple of days. So show up and create and show that progress on a weekly basis. You can show different things. Like you can do a side, you can do the front, you can do sitting down, you can do all sorts of different poses. Like just take a bunch of pictures so you have stuff to choose from. Tuesday, do like a Tasty Tuesday, a recipe share. You guys, people go nuts for recipes. Like figure out what your audience wants to see. Like I was joking with Steph Corey about this. Like her audience goes nuts when she takes a beautiful picture of her food, of her like muffins. I did that. Like that post would not do that great with me, but if I showed it on a plate of me holding it, this sounds conceited, but I'm not being conceited, I promise. Or if I showed Leo eating it, like my people want to see like a person with it. I don't know. Or like I really tease it up in my Instagram stories for the week. Like, do you know how many DMs I got when I made homemade muffins? A lot. And then when I post the recipe, it blew up. So just always adding that value. The easiest way you can do that, one Fixate recipe a week. And all the new recipes are so easy. There are a zillion different muffin recipes too, and people love muffins, just so you know. They love them. And then some different things like, I have my phone here. You can do different things. Like really you should think about doing like a giveaway at least once a month. So schedule that in when you want to do that. And you can give away anything. People love giveaways. If you need a giveaway post example, like go find mine on a past post. I have to go way back because I have one scheduled this week. Or other coaches that do them all the time. Do like on this weekend, if you're doing stuff for Easter, family picture. I do like, I have things scheduled, things for like a bump date for me. I have things scheduled for like funny workout, like quotes. You guys, I was telling Morgan this morning. If I need more engagement and I can't think of a post, I find a really cute family picture and I go to Pinterest and I type in funny mom quotes. And that's my post because I'm adding value to, I'm making moms laugh, and moms are my market. So just think about, like, don't overcomplicate it. Like, I do that with my meals, you know, like if I can't think of a meal, I go to Pinterest, like use Pinterest, you know. I have a post coming out in a couple of days. Like the real secret to my motivation is my workout headbands, adding value, like products I love, and that's funny, you know, but it's also showcasing that I'm working out. So anyways, just, you'll get better at it. The more stuff you have in your bank, the better. And some of it you won't end up using, and that's okay. But I promise, if you sit down and get in creation mode, I think Gina Kish calls it, once you think of one thing, you'll think of 5. And then just save them in your notes, but make sure you have some sort of progress picture every single week. If I go to your Instagram and you don't have something and you've been a coach longer than a week, then you better be posting something tomorrow. Okay. You need to work in pockets of time. Here's like the guts of this call, guys. Pockets of time. Wake up earlier. I'm going to walk you through my whole schedule in just a minute. Wake up earlier. You have minutes make a difference. I just made that up, but that was really good. Minutes make a difference. They do. 20 minutes. What? Oh my God. Especially if you guys have kids. Like you just thought of all the things you could do by yourself in 20 minutes. Get up 20 minutes earlier. If you're already getting up earlier, get up 15 minutes earlier than you are now to get after your dreams here. On your social media, you should be showing the products that you're using like every day. So for me, this was kind of a wake-up call for me the other, like last week. I was like, oh my God, I totally got away from showing me drinking my shake every day. And then that translates to what people expect when they sign up. Whether you're talking, you don't have to even like get on there and be like, here's my shake. I drink it because X, Y, Z. If I do a boomerang of me like, people just see me using it every day. Then when they sign up and I talk to them about Shakeology, they're like, I've been wondering about that. I see you drink it every day. Because that's what people do with Energize. People have no problem showing their Energize because it's yellow, or if you drink fruit punch, then it's still it's pretty, you know, but your shake doesn't have to be pretty. You just need to show you drinking it. Show like your blender before you mix it, like whatever. Don't overcomplicate it. Just show your products. If you use your cover, post-workout, like doesn't need to be fancy at all. And then you need to do PD like whenever you have downtime. So if you guys, I'm a huge advocate of Audible. If you're a hard book cover book reader, you're crazy. I love hardcover books for like fun books, but I don't read those every day. And you can't read those like while you're driving and while you're like getting ready for the day. You just have so many times where you can listen to things, whereas it's harder, in my opinion, to read a book. And in my opinion, I think personal development is a little drier to read hard copy than it is Audible. So plus, and I'm sorry if I set anybody's off when I do this, but because if you have an Alexa, then when you walk into the kitchen, Alexa, resume Audible. Pro tip also, if you have Audible, set your speed to 1.5. You will get through books way faster, and then when you set it back to 1, you're like, whoa, they are talking so slow. But that's my little pro tip there. Write that down. You have so much time where you could have on PD, so there's no excuse to not getting in your PD. I'm saying this to myself as well. When you're folding laundry, when you're getting ready, there are shower speakers. When you're driving, when you are like playing with your kids. You guys, like, kids benefit from listening to personal development, whether they're 2 or 12. Like, it's all like, I mean, maybe don't put on like Gary Vee because he drops a lot of F-bombs if you're conscious about that. But, you know, like there are so many times that you could be listening to PD, and our mind needs so much more work than our body or our business. It just does. And then you guys, you really need 2 15-minute pockets a day. 15 minutes to invite and 15 minutes to follow up. And right now, you might not be able to do a lot in those 15 minutes, but if you do that every day, you will get so damn fast. I do 50 invites a day minimum, and it takes me under 15 minutes. As long as I like get to work, you know, it's easy to like dink around and be like, okay, I'm going to do it. I got to craft an invite. Like, oh, I better check this. Like, no, we don't have time for that. We're slaying our business in 1 to 2 hours a day. So you just have to get to work, which again, I'll talk about more in a second. You, again, are working in pockets of time. You are only emptying your DMs or emails or whatever, top to bottom, once or twice a day. Twice if you seriously slayed and you have time at the end of your night to empty it again. And I know some people really struggle with this, and they've heard me say this 700 times and they still haven't listened to me. You are not going to lose people if you do this. You won't. And if you do, like like have somebody say like, well, it took you a while to get back to me, they would have quit anyways. And they would have not signed up. It wasn't meant to be. You cannot say the wrong thing to the right person, and them waiting 24 to 48 hours is courtesy for your business. Treat your business like a business, not like you're glued to your phone like a slave. That's not sexy, okay? And you guys have to be like, I'm a huge advocate for finding pockets of time when you don't think you have any. And for me, teaching, that was a working lunch. And I didn't have an hour lunch break like typical jobs. I had 20 minutes. Somebody's unmuted. If you're unmuted, mute yourself. 20 minutes. I'm telling you, I learned to get shit done in 20 minutes. Because that's all I had, and I would show that. That was an Instagram story, working lunch. It was literally a picture. It wasn't anything fancy. Okay, I just got this. Okay, I think that's it. Okay. Hey, Cass, will you field the chat too? If like you see questions that I need to answer, will you like MC them at the end for me? Because the chat is popping and I freaking love that. Like when it lights up, it like lights me up. So keep it going, guys. But I saw there were like 40 or so messages, so I'll lose. I don't want to waste everybody's time at the end. Okay. You guys, this is one of the biggest things that I need you to remember. Your business needs to always stay in phase one. You're never going to be too good to hit Success Club. You're never going to see me not hit Success Club. You're never going to see the top coach in the network not hit Success Club. You're not going to see people not show up on social media. Like, you cannot ever get into management mode. Like, oh, I have a lot of people in my pipeline or my inbox. I'm good. You're not good. It will dry up. You have to stay in phase one. You can never get into management mode and think like, I'll just love on who I have. It's a business. You have to be bringing in new people. Like Lululemon, yes, they serve who they have. They're loyal customers. But you guys, their loyal customers don't need lots of like ads, and they don't need to be like trying stuff out for the first time, or know that they have free returns and they make their customer service is a 10. New customers need to know that. Loyal customers, I already know I can buy everything I want online, and whatever I don't like, I can return it, and it's so easy. I already know that the quality of their pants is a 10 out of 10. I already know that, and when I want something, I will go there to get it. But if they're not filling their store with new clientele, it will dry up. Your business, this is one of my favorite analogies, is like a bucket with little, or like a cup, because I have a cup here, with little holes in the bottom. And if I'm like at the beginning, when you're building momentum, it is like water's going to start dripping out and you have to pour faster. And then when you get more water in your cup, it won't drain out as fast. I mean, it will still have a steady drip though, but you'll have more in it. You'll have more momentum. It'll be easier for you to get to that top of that cup. But the second you stop filling that cup, it's going to slowly trickle. If I were to have hit 2-star, shit, you guys, even 5-star last year, and been like, I'm good, I'm where I want to be, oh man, I don't even know. Like, one, if I would have stopped at 2-star, I would be back to Emerald, 100%. Because I'll never drop below Emerald because I have my mom and my husband, but because those people are gone. And if the people that get you to certain places aren't going to be the ones necessarily that get you to your next big goal. So you have to stay in phase one. So I want you guys to keep something in mind. When I was when this team hit 5-star elite last year, we locked it in like May. I was working 1 to 2 hours a day on the business. I was working full time. I had a toddler, or he wasn't even a toddler, he was still a baby. And I was really struggling with postpartum anxiety. And I was just very overwhelmed with like mom life. But I knew I needed to find a way. If you want it, you'll find a way. If not, you'll find an excuse. And that's like cliche, puke, but it's true. You are in charge of your circumstances. You are not a product of your circumstances. You get to decide, okay? So, some tips going forward, especially, okay, as of April 15th, 2019, I really, really want you guys to be thinking about a multi-platform approach. You should absolutely be posting on your Facebook personal page. I really, really, really feel that Facebook is making a comeback. And when everybody says, you know, all these coaches are saying like they get everything from Instagram, they still get things from Facebook. Because Facebook is filled with people that already know, like, and trust you, whether they're acquaintances or not. It's just different, and that's okay. By you not posting on it, it's honestly just like cutting off ties unnecessarily. Like, it's just silly not to share about it, like share to that platform. Yes, if you have a personal or a business Instagram, it won't transfer to your personal Facebook. So what? Copy, paste, post. It took you 3 seconds to do that, and it is worth it. And it's okay if it's not right at that second that you posted to Instagram. Just do it later, but get it there so you have content there. It's just different, and you don't need to cut off those people, those relationships that you could be easily nurturing with 3 seconds a day. For me, I honestly just started sharing my Instagram stories back to my Facebook personal page. And what I did is I went in my story settings on Instagram, and I have it save all of my stories. And yes, it bogs up my camera roll, but I just delete them at the end of the night. And when I think about it, which is not always like right as I'm doing every Instagram story on Instagram, but when I do, I upload them to my Facebook personal page. And you guys, I have had many people reach out, and I've been doing this under a week. And I've had at least 3 people like, hey, can I get more information about your virtual gym or boot camp or whatever? And they may watch me on Instagram, but they may honestly just like Facebook more. Some people do. Like, I like Instagram stories, but I scroll on Facebook, you know? So like, you just don't know people's personal preference. So don't cut anybody off. Yes, it's an extra step, but it takes me literally under a minute to do. And like I said, it's okay if you just do it at the end of the night. It's no big deal. Your stuff stays up for 24 hours. It's no big deal if you just upload them all at the end of the night, okay? And then invite off of both Facebook and Instagram. I know Danielle shared with me that she had Success Club like 22 last month. And she said all but 1 came from Facebook. And like, I mean, it just is what it is. Okay? I'm not saying Instagram is trash, but I think everybody is all in on Instagram. So we have an opportunity here to like bridge the gap. I don't think there's anything wrong with Facebook, you know? Okay, so here is how, like, my little schedule when I was working full-time. I woke up at 5 a.m. and I would either, first thing, I would work out, or you guys, for a long time, for a year and a half, I think, I was teaching Insanity at the local gym. You can be certified to teach different platforms within Beachbody. If that's something you want to do, you can just go to like beachbodylive.com and check it out. Okay? I don't want to talk about that for too long. And then because a lot of this business was built while I was a nursing mom, then I would work out, I would nurse, and then I would go to the next box. But in that time, I would story my Energize, my Shakeology, and 1 to 2 workout clips. You don't need to do Okay, and so what I did, I'm going to share with you what I did, and you guys, what brings you joy is what you should do. So like Gina Kish is so good. Like her workout clips are like nuts in a good way. That does not bring me joy to do, so I'm not going to do it. But it brings her joy to have those really cool edited videos. So I'm by no means telling her that and it probably takes her about 30 seconds to do now that she's good at it, at doing them. So what I do is I honestly have my phone on my tripod right here. And when I like a move that I'm about to do, I scroll all the way over on Instagram stories to the hands-free button. You hold it down and it will give you a countdown back to 3 or 3, 2, 1. So you can like walk back, grab your weights or whatever. So you don't look like crazy when the clip starts. And I have music playing on my phone. So I don't even take the time to attach like the music on Instagram because it won't translate to Facebook anyways. So that's what I do. Still to this day, what I've always done. And then one of those clips or Instagram stories might be me showing my watch to show how many calories I burned if I thought it was good. It might be a mirror selfie, like got it done. And what I've been doing lately is adding a poll, have you worked out yet? And I don't have no as an option. That it will be sad. So I do like got it done, going to. Those are my two choices. And I know that people are coming to my stories now looking for that poll. So that's just a little tip of something I'm doing now. So those were three or four things that I would have first thing in the morning, every morning. And I'm not a morning person, you guys. So a lot of the time it wasn't me talking. It was a boomerang of me like with my scoop of Energize going like that. Like, don't think that your stuff has to be fancy. Like, just get it out there consistently for people. And it doesn't need to take you a lot of time. Pre-workout going down. Took me 1 second to write that. Then I would listen to PD while I got ready and also in the car. You can also, like I said, listen to it while you're doing dishes, while you're loading the dishwasher, while you're folding laundry, whatever. Just have it on your phone. Click play. Takes one. Yeah, a lot of these things take 1 second. And I would this is what I did. I got to work early. I would get my job situated. And like sometimes in the morning I would, have meetings. I was a special ed teacher. I had a lot of paperwork, whatever. I would get my day set. So then, my break time was actually first thing in the morning, which can be good, can be bad. So break times were my time. Once I had my stuff ready for the day, I was like, it's me time. And like people just kind of knew, like I had my door shut. It was not like gossip time at school. Like I had dreams to build and stuff. And I had one of my good friends was the teacher next door, and she would come talk to me. And I was like that's fine, but I have to work my side business while you talk to me. And she's like, cool with that, like we would. So some tips I have is like make it a game. If you have so I would be like, okay, I'm going to try to get all my stuff done for school by like 9:10. So then I can have a solid half hour to get my follow-ups done or whatever. Just like you have to just find little things to like get you excited. I don't know. That sounds dumb to say, but I remember I'd look at that clock and I'd challenge myself. I'm competitive. Something like that. And then when it was school time, no phone. No, I had it on like my desk, turned over, and I did not ever pick it up. People don't need to hear from you on the fly. You are currently employed by somebody else. Like you have to do that job, and you need to do it well. So don't confuse the two. Don't wear two hats at the same time. You will look dumb. Okay? Wear one hat at a time. And then, like I said, I had a working lunch, and I would story that. And then I wasn't working my business at all again until I put Leo down, and then I gave myself 1 hour to grind because I really needed to go to bed by like 8:30, so that I could get up at 5 the next day because I do have chronic fatigue, and if I don't get adequate sleep, I like cannot function. And I was getting up still a lot in the night during this time period. So during that 1 hour is when I would check the back office, check my sponsorship drill down. If you're not checking that every day, please check your sponsorship drill down once a day. Please do not look at your graphical genealogy because it's so confusing. Then I would answer DMs. And you guys, this is a game changer. Have something, a notebook, or I have these big Post-it notes that I love, where you can brain dump the things that you need to do tomorrow. Whatever that might be, maybe. It may be coaching related, it may not be. You might think like, oh my God, I need to return that shirt I got to Target. Just write it down, because then it can leave your mind, and when you go to bed, you won't have your mind like bogged down. Even should I do every single week, I'm never gonna forget to do the Emerald call out for my PS coaches on Monday. But I write it down every single Sunday night before I go to bed that I'm gonna do that the next day, because then when I wake up, I'm not like, what do I need to do? Okay. These things on this list are all things that I did not do until I put in my notice. Well, past when I left my classroom last June. I did not do leaderboards. I did not do graphics. We did not have team calls. Those of you that have been around for like a year, I don't know if you can remember, like we did not have team calls. I would go live in the team page often, like at least once a week, to deliver a training or whatever, but I could not I didn't have like a set hour that I could devote every single week, knowing like my kiddo will be good during that time. I didn't have that. And when you have team calls and you want other people to be speakers, typically trade. So that would have been 2 hours of my week that I would have needed to be on a call, and I didn't have that. So they didn't happen. And you guys, we still slayed. I love team calls. I'm so glad we have team calls now. But I could have been a listener on one if I had that as an option. I had that when I first started. That was a thing, but I couldn't be presenting at a set time. Does that make sense? I was not, I want everyone to hear this loud and clear. I was not watching anybody's Instagram stories. If you are too busy to send invites, but you can watch 3 coaches' Instagram stories, you're a liar. Like, trade them out, because watching other people's Instagram stories is a waste of time. I didn't watch anybody's Instagram stories when I was grinding to make my goals happen. And I did not scroll on Facebook, or I still don't scroll on Instagram. I just did not do those things. And yes, it took discipline, and it took at first catching myself. But you have to just draw the line in the sand and stop, because you're going to start comparing. It's a huge waste of time. I think everybody knows that, but I don't think everybody realizes just how much time they really spend doing those things. You guys, if you aren't at Success Club, I should not see your adorable little face on the bubbles of people who have watched my stories. Like, you need to, your business is what you said is your priority, then you have to act like that. If it's not your priority and watching my stories is, then that's fine. I'm not here to tell you what your priorities are, but then that's what that tells me. Does that make sense? Okay. I want you to remember to use your weekends and delegate what you can to create more freedom. And I don't necessarily mean within the business. I mean things like, do you have Instacart, or we have Shipt? Can you get your groceries delivered? That would probably save you an hour. What can you do in an hour? You could probably play with your kids more, and then you'd have time later at night to do your business, whatever. just think outside the box for those things. That's like the best example I came up with. To do that, it will make a huge difference. A huge difference. Now, I want everyone to take note, you guys, like entrepreneurship is putting in the work for 1 to 2 years that most people won't to live a life most people can't. I remember like my mom saying to me, like probably a year or so ago, like, you work all the time. And I was like, actually, no, I don't. I work 1 to 2 hours a day. And she's like, okay, whatever. And I was like, it's so I don't have to do this forever. And when she was on the cruise with me, she was like, I get it now. Like, she remembered that. And she was like, I get it. Like, you don't have to. Now, you guys, like, I put in that work. Now I still work part-time hours, but I get to enjoy my life. You know, like, I said no and made sacrifices then so I could do the things now. And I want you to remember a couple of things. One, I want every single person to make a vow to themselves right now to take these 2 words out of your vocabulary. Some of you guys know what I'm about to say. The first one is overwhelm. You are not overwhelmed. It is new information. And being overwhelmed is a choice. Being overwhelmed is a choice. Like when I was overwhelmed as a new mom, it was just new. And I had to just decide every day, like I had to continue doing it. And it's not new anymore. Like I'm not, I mean, it's just my life now, you know? So take that word out of your vocabulary. And then the other word I hate more than overwhelm is try. Freaking hate that word because of the mindset that you have when you not intentionally necessarily, but like if I say I'm going to try to be on time to that event, does it really sound like I'm going to be on time? No. Like it already sounds like, okay, she has minimal effort putting in. That's just and your mind is going to believe what your mouth says, even if you have full intention of putting forth a great effort to be on time. Instead, use words like, I'm doing it, or I'm working on it, instead of trying. Trying implies 1 foot out the door. So I don't want anybody to try with this business. I want you to commit and do the business. Because what the business is this sheet. It is one-sided. This is for a whole week. A whole week? Oh my God. We did not have this when I started as a coach. If I did, I would be a million star. I'm just kidding. But this is everything. If you have everything checked on this before you go to bed every night, you will hit Success Club and you will slay your goals. But if you are inconsistent and you have a day missing here and there, you might have holes in your business. I don't know. And so the best way that I can help you is to know that you're doing all these things, and this is all inclusive. So a lot of you guys that have been in the Diamond in 30, we're using the other tracker, which is beautiful, and it complements this. But this one has things that one doesn't, like personal development, and that was missing out of a lot of your guys' business, and that's going to show in your business, but I can't see that unless you're checking it off. So I am going to switch to this. You guys, if you're not using this tracker, go to the team page and go to the file section and download it. And you need 1 a week. Some people make a spiral bound book out of it, put it in a dry erase sleeve, whatever. And I will have a check-in every Wednesday. We do on Thursday for this. This tracker runs for our Beachbody week. So even though we're partway through this, it's Monday, print this out and I will have a check-in on Wednesday. And I want to see who it's, you don't need to go backwards, but I want to see who has Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday filled out. I want to see who's serious about putting forth effort to implement these tips that I gave you, not trying. I'm not going to try to be more intentional with my time. No, I'm working on being more intentional with my time. You hear the difference? Like, they may mean the same thing, but they are very different. And I need you to remember this last thing. This is so huge. You have to only be doing one task at a time. when you have decided to do your invites, do your invites. I don't care who texts you. I don't care if Shelby, who you've been trying to get to sign up for 3 months, you see them pop up that they just messaged you back. No, you are inviting. You are following up. Those were the only 2 tasks I told you that you had to do every single day, right? Like those need your full attention for 15 minutes. No bridges will burn in 15 minutes. I promise. Okay, so I know this is kind of a longer call, but I hope it was good information. Cass, do I have questions in the chat? This is in, guys, this is in the team page. Go to the files section. It's also in Beachbody Champions. I think it's in the back office. It's like, it's everywhere.
Like, it's everywhere. And that was the only question. I've been answering everything.
Okay.
It's mostly just been like us, like chitter chattering.
Okay.
Like basically me saying like some stuff. I was like saying how like when you're talking about like just being so focused, you know, and not watching other people's stories, and I was saying how true that is, and like using, you know, stories as like a treat for yourself. Like once you finish your invites or whatever, then you get to like go watch your stories. And I said like well, I don't know if there's children on here. Sorry, I'm about to pass.
I've been swearing a ton. So.
I was like, be so fucking busy hustling for your own goals. You don't even know what the fuck everyone else is doing. And I was like, that literally is what I did the first year and a half of coaching. And I was so busy working on my dreams and my goals and my business that I didn't know who top coaches were or what they were doing until I became one. And like, that's how it happens. And so, you know, same thing with everyone on here.
And pretty much everything, you guys, oh, I meant to say this. None of the things that, you know, that the things you need to be spending your time on is this, because you have been blessed with systems in a team. So you get access to everything that we've created. The quick start training, which is absolutely wonderful. Like anything that the boot camp guides, you don't have to create things. You can, if you get your other shit done. If that brings you joy, then do that. But you don't need to feel like I need to create this so that I can hit Success Club. No. We have already put all of that stuff in place for you, and I didn't have that. And that's okay. I just had to make it work. And again, not a product of my circumstances, just went after it a different way. You get access to everything in my Google Drive, every single combo guide, every single script. I'll put it in the chat so you have it. So that you're like, you guys, this takes no talent. It takes no skill, no talent to complete this. It takes hard work, and that's just a decision. Okay? Cool. Okay, well, if there's no questions, I'm going to stop this recording and then start another for the search.